Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to our Certified Associate Python Programmer course. And it's time for us to create our first module. And you might think this is something super sophisticated, but it is not. Yeah, you might feel a little let down when you see just how incredibly straightforward this is. Python, remember, one of the beauties of it is known for its simplicity and ease of which we can work with it. So watch this. I'm going to do a file open here, and I am going to go to my Python stuff folder where I have built us a sample module. And you can build this or a variation of this. Notice I've built the mymathtools.py file. If we open this file up, we can see that this is a module that defines two functions. Yeah, it's going to define the add function, which takes arguments of A and B and returns those added together, and then a multiply function, which multiplies those together. So here is a couple of functions in our first module. Notice, we just name it with a .py extension. Now let's open our main.py, which is our file that will import the mymathtools module that we created and then use it to both add and multiply. So notice this is incredibly simple and straightforward, isn't it? Yeah, is there any big difference between a file in which we define our functions from any other file we're creating in Python? No difference at all. Could we run this separately from the main, file that we have created? Yes, we could. Yes, it'll run. So let's run the main file, by the way, and make sure all this works. So let me just make sure we are dealing with our main.py file that's going to import the module and then use functions that are inside of it. We'll go ahead and run this, and look at that. It works beautifully. First adding the numbers together and then multiplying them. Now, I need to point out a couple of things here. One of the reasons this worked without any kind of problems is, let's look at where we had these files. One of the reasons it just worked beautifully is, notice the files are in the exact same location on this local computer. In fact, what I made sure to do was stay out of my OneDrive. Yeah, notice I'm on the local disk, the users folder in Windows, the Terry folder, which is just a pseudonym for a user account for me, the documents, and this Python stuff folder. So I had both the main.py and our module.py. I had those in this same location. Now, what's really interesting, and let me back up for a moment. The reason why I brought up this whole thing about a local folder and staying out of my OneDrive is that a lot of times things can get a little tricky with using OneDrive as the location, using some kind of cached, cloud store. At the very least, you're probably going to get a permissions dialog that you have to respond to as Python is trying to work out of your cloud repository. I just, oftentimes when dealing with dev projects and sensitive stuff like this, I keep things local and then I move to the cloud for the protections that the cloud storage will bring. Now, here's something else that's really interesting about this when we look. What is this? There's this __ Python cache, py cache __ folder. I did not create this. Yeah, in fact, just to prove that to you, I'm going to go ahead and delete this thing. And let's go ahead and do this demonstration over again. I'm going to go to the main.py and I'm going to run it. And it runs, gives us that same result. If we go over to the folder location, there it is again. It's been recreated. What this is, you can go inside and look at it. What this is it's kind of on the way to machine code for Python. Python is caching a version of the code here that is more like machine code. It enables Python to kind of speed things up when you go to subsequently do something like import the module. So this Python cache folder and its contents, you can just ignore, and notice if it were to be deleted, it's no big deal. Python will just recreate it for itself at some other runtime. Something else about the cache is it's smart, as you might guess. If I go in and update these files and we run them again, the cache will be appropriately updated again. So nothing to worry about, but certainly something we want to know about so that we are not caught by surprise when we see that. So in this simple lesson, you took a look at just how easy it is for you to create your own modules that contain your own functions. And of course, we've already learned how to import those and take advantage of them in our Python development. What we're going to do next is we're going to see a variable that is in use here when we're importing modules, and it's called the name variable. I hope you'll join me in the next video.